Tune in. The Backyard Party presents the Real Talk Show. We talk about friendship, love, and purpose. Right here is your host, JRX Day 6, and this is an All Ages Alliance production.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
make
yeah.
sure you resize it how you
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Box in the box. Continuation of yesterday. Yesterday was an abrupt ending. Um, so today we pick up nice and smooth. This is day 12, November 18. This is many, many moons ago. And here we go. While we play, I'm going to show you the latest NFTCs, no, NFTSs, non-fungible, non-forgeable trading stickers. These are from a series. When these basically came off the printer, and they they don't have the jazz. So some of these have been cut. These have been cut different. That's I guess what you need to know. These have been cut different. We have some imperfect ones, and I'll just go ahead and start showing them as the video plays.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, let me just go with that. And so, look, I'm gonna say this in my personal life, I'm gonna do a council. Like, I'm and outside of this Youth Build alumni page,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to organize young people, people under 35, so that they can do a council. And I'm gonna just put that out there because I value that, and I don't want to have to convince anybody of that. And I can easily separate this from this. And so that's what I'm gonna do. And the reason I say that is because, um, like for instance, you're self motivated. Like you're motivated to come without expecting a position, without expecting income, without you're coming just out of knowledge, out of your desire to learn and to like be a part of something. Some people are motivated by a position, by a role, and I'm okay with that. I'm not upset about that because
If they are, we can take those individuals and we can put them in a position
right.
to where they are at. And if they need training or it's something that I can support them with, of course, I know that you have way more knowledge than me when it comes
No,
to
no,
youth
no. We
building.
we all got experiences. We all got. I probably
Yeah,
just
we
have
got experiences, but I'm talking about, when it comes to the youth build aspect, I gotta
okay,
give you
okay,
your props on that. I gotta give you your props on that.
okay. I take it.
But like basically, like what we
You,
can do
Alex.
though is like if it's someone where hey they're gonna be the one who's taking over all type of note taking and stuff like that.
Is this Shiva?
I can be the one to kind of facilitate and guide them, like, hey, if
Shiva.
you can, daily, once we have our meetings, get the notes out. If you're not going to be able to take notes for this meeting, please let us know. Different things like that and stuff. If it's somebody, because some people they actually need the guidance of what they're going to be doing instead of just putting them in a position. It's just very helpful. Not telling them what they need to do or nothing
I
like
hear you.
that, but it's just
So
more helpful for them to have something to go
this
off
is what came to my mind. Because it's challenging to do that unless people want it done. So the way to go around that is to offer a training on it, and then the people that want to get trained on it then can get trained on it. Like we can offer. Yeah, okay. We're gonna.
If we find out that an individual is really committed and they need training, we can have us a meeting to where we're training them.
And the thing is, like this is like training is just conversation, so it doesn't like. One of the things that I realize is we don't have to necessarily put a lot of labels on everything, but
Right, we can have an open
like
conversation to hear their thoughts, and
yeah,
then once we hear their thoughts, we can be able to set up something to where it's
specific.
based on their thoughts.
Yeah, and it could be specific. Yeah. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so the thing that's going through my head as I hear you talking is that there's different kinds of people. So like some people like things one way, and then there's other people that hate the way people do it that way, and they like it a different way. So now what we could do is we can support both of them. We just have to have them come to us. So for instance, we can say, hey, we're offering trainings, or we'll work out the language on what that looks like.
Mm-hmm.
We're offering an opportunity to show people how to do something. So those that want to show up will show up. And then we're also going to be doing regular meetings where it's because some people they take it personal. I don't want to be trained. Or I've been to be trained. Like I've
Oh
gone.
yeah.
So that we'll meet them when we meet them. Here's my thing. My main thing is I'm not trying to convince nobody of nothing. Like I am so confident with what we're doing. I'm so confident about what's going on that I think that the people are going to come when it's time to come. So that's why, and because I want to be part of a team, like I don't want like me and you to feel like we're carrying the bulk of the work.
Mm-hmm.
Like me and you can carry the work that we want to carry. Like the things that we're doing already, we can continue doing that. And then as people come on and they want to do more, there's space for everyone to do what they want.
Everyone.
You know, and then in my vision, I had the idea that like more than one people can be live at the same time. Like me and you can be live right now. Another, like Evelyn can go live at the same time. And that, like, you know, more people can go live at once, and then people can go to the room that they want to go to. So that they can get the experience they want to get. So for instance, like
Then they can say they see
we
it
may be
live.
meeting at 8 o'clock, and we're gonna be focusing on program culture.
Okay.
You know, and whoever wants to show up to 8 o'clock program culture shows up to 8 o'clock program culture. And then once they come into program culture, you know, it'll be 3 of us, 4 of us, and then we'll talk, and then we'll evolve the conversation to make it beneficial to everybody.
Okay.
At 9 o'clock, we might have taboo-free talk, right? And then whoever wants to show up at 9 o'clock, and there may be more than one taboo-free talk. Now, you know, I think that in the beginning it's cool to like build some momentum and have like, you know, focus on one Zoom at a time. But you know, I'm not opposed to anything. So the idea is that we can still continue, like after tomorrow's meeting, I want to still continue doing what I'm doing with you. And I hope that more people will want to join us. And then I hope that more people would want to contribute other ways that they can, you know, participate in other ways that they could want to participate in.
I would like for people to attend and stuff, but it's not a big worry for me. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I gotta have a whole bunch of people, because I know in due time, these people are gonna see what we're doing, and they're gonna be wanting to attend. They're gonna be one part of it. Once we get up and we get the building and they get to seeing our lives and stuff like that, they're gonna want to be a part of it, because they're gonna see that, oh, this is helpful. This has been beneficial.
Yeah. And once we start, see, like we haven't uploaded anything. That's the thing. And that's on purpose. Like, you know, like, you know, I'm not trying to sell nobody. That's my, like, that's like, you'll see over time, like what's happening. Here's the thing in the the youth build program that I went to, I felt like they overpromised us. You know what I mean? And like, I'm not mad at them for you know, but I don't like that. You know, when I got into youth build, I thought I was ending poverty. Like I thought that I was gonna be part of it when I got into like the national movement. I thought I was part of a movement that was here to change the world. And it's not. It's not. It's not. Right? I mean, is youth build changing the world? No, it's making it better. It's improving the world. Is it changing it? No, it's not changing it. It's improving it, but it's not changing it. And what changing means to me is ending poverty, right? Like I thought that's like imagine no more poor people. Like that's huge, right? And I think it's possible. However, I don't think that youth build is the vehicle to get us there. And I hopped in the car of youth build thinking that I'm gonna get to a place where then we're gonna be able to get people from poverty out.
You know what? I like that you mentioned that, because I just informed my counselor earlier how you said that, you know, once I spoke to you and I told you a little bit about the program we're at and we're connected with the college, how, you know, beneficial that is, because a lot of the students, when they're done with youth build, if they want to go off to college, they can take their award and go off, you know, to college. You know what I mean? And they can start, and then if they want to keep going, they can go off to a university after that. So us, just the program where I'm affiliated with, by us being a part of a college, a community college, is highly beneficial. You know what I mean? We have the Pathway Advocates, we have stuff like that. And I know every youth bill is different, you know what I mean? And each youth bill is not sponsored, but at the end of the day, I see what you're saying too, because like you said, with the promises and stuff like that, like they're here to improve, but you didn't get what was told to you. You know what I'm saying?
And I'm not even upset about that, because we're all like, I think it's beautiful to dream big, you know? And I think that's what the founder of Youth Build was doing. She was dreaming big. However, after you've done dreaming big, you can come back to reality, you know? And to say that we were ending poverty, to say that Youth Build's ending poverty, it's not the case. Now, is Youth Build offering opportunities? Yes. And are people leaving poverty because of these opportunities? Yes. But not at the number that I would be satisfied with. Like they're and this is what Dorothy's been working on. She's been working on a new on a coalition of youth programs like Year Up,
Youth
Build,
shout out,
and a list of others. I can't name them off the top of my head. But then all these programs got together and created another council. They created a council, and then
so the other youth build locations, they don't have like counselors and Pathway, the advocates and stuff like that at their locations, do they?
Some may and most don't. So let me give you a brief overview of what it means to be a youth build program. So what happened, the way it's set up is that anyone that's in a I'll say nonprofit, but probably for-profit as well, can start a youth build program.
Mhm.
They have to apply to last time I was involved was the Department of Labor. First, it was with the Department of Housing and Urban Development with HUD, and then it left the office of HUD and went to the Department of Labor. So if you wanted to start a program, you just have to wait until they open the applications and they start accepting requests, and then you'll complete a grant proposal to open up a youth build program. And then the Department of Labor will either, based on your grant application, they'll either give you a grant or not. The program that I was a part of would receive, I want to say it was like $1 million for like 2 years. So you had to run something, I don't quote me, but it's something along these lines. It's been a while. So I want to say it was like $2 million, and we were supposed to run 2, maybe 3 cycles. And then each cycle had about 30 participants to start. And then they would use the funding to pay for staff, for training, for everything for tools, everything we needed to run the program. And then Youth Build USA, they also get grants that they can give to programs. So then you get your funding from the Department of Labor, and then if you have a good relationship with Youth Build USA, then Youth Build USA will give you additional grants for pilot programs, or for like, they did a criminal justice initiative. I want to say it was called the SMART initiative. And then they chose a couple of youth build programs, and then they had like a specific training, a specific course that those programs would go through. And then those programs would get additional money from Youth Build USA to make that happen. So what happens is, since almost anybody can apply for a youth build program, how they run it can be different. So the youth build program that I was a part of was run by a housing authority. And then we had a partnership with the local community college that did our GED, but the housing authority was the main parent of the program. And then we got benefits, like we got benefits for doing it through the housing that maybe you don't get because you do it through the college. But then because you got benefits going through the college that we don't got, at the housing authority. So like each program is a little bit different.
Yeah, and from listening to you, but one thing too is that when you see a student who's hungry for knowledge and who's willing to, speak upon the support that they need and help and guidance, it's very helpful. And like you said, I'm very happy to be a part of a youth build program that has all these different resources for me to be able to go to and to network. And like you said before, I'm taking advantage of it because I'm meeting with the counselor. I speak with my mentor. I'm open about what I have going on in my life. And I know most people will be like, why are you saying so much? Why are you telling so much? But it's getting me places where I would like to be in life. It's helping me fulfill my dreams. Instead of me keeping myself closed in and not speaking up, like what's been going on with me in the past, what it happened to me. Did I think it would lead me this far? No, I didn't think it would lead me this far because I never thought about it. I just started being open and noticed that every person is not here to hurt me. You know what I mean? And it's hard to know that, especially coming out of an abusive relationship, multiple of them. And when I'm realizing that, okay, the individuals that's in my life now are here to help me to get me to the next level.
Definitely.
And they're going to be a part of it. And I'm not saying that just for them, I'm saying it for you as well, because like you reaching out with me, me speaking with my boss, kind of let her know, she's really happy about it too. It's like everything is playing a good part in my life, but just being open and honest about what you've been through, what you're going through, and where you're trying to go, and you put in the effort, it's going to all pay off. It may not pay off when you want it to, but eventually it will pay off.
For you, definitely it'll pay off. I could say that. Like you remind me a lot about me when I was in the youth build program, because when I was in the youth build program, I got promoted to be like the lead trainee. So then kind of like you're like teacher's aide, that's kind of, but they call it lead trainee. So
yeah, and I'm like because I'm a student as well, so like I'm in leadership too. So it's like different things that align, but I like my position because I get to work with everyone. You know what I mean? And that's the one thing I like about my position, and I think it's nice. And then it's nice to be working with you too, because at the same time, I'm learning stuff about a youth build program that's going all across. I'm learning about what you're going through or what you've been through with students, so that I know, you know what I mean? Like, I'm an honest person, and one thing I see about the students, like the program that I'm in, they have these services offered to them. You know what I mean? As long as they're doing what they're supposed to be doing, attending class, showing effort, doing what they're supposed to do, they're going to be able to make it. I see it, you know what I mean? Yeah. But it's like, I get to a point where it's students that want to try, that want to talk, but they're a little bit scared So one thing about that is I want to get close to these students so that I can show them I'm a student like you. And this is just no garbage, this is no nothing. You know what I mean? And I'm here to encourage you from my perspective. And I get looked at a little differently, but in a good way with the students because they'll come, they'll talk to me, you know what I mean, and stuff like that. And I want to be open with them and let them know, like, as long as you keep doing what you're doing, you can be in my position one day. You know what I mean? When I get to a higher level, they can be in my position as long as they keep doing what they're doing. And that's not even a lie. That's not nothing because it just shows with your hard work and dedication.
Mhm. And then I think what I want to be able to contribute to you and your journey, like, because like I said, I think we're very similar. I'm a life learner as well. You know, like
Awesome. There we go.
I got a bachelor's in business. I got a master's in criminal justice. I was working on my doctorate in education, and then I quit
Hold on, let me write this down real quick. My friend got a what? A master's in what?
criminal justice. You know, like you, I want to change the world, and I'm a lifelong learner. So I was like, when I went through, that's everything that, like, think about the way that you're looking at life. That's how I went into the youth build program. Like, I wanted to change the world. Like, I'm like, I want to get up. I want to take advantage of every opportunity. Like, I want to do my best. And then I went through all these experiences.
And you said you got a bachelor's in what?
Business management.
Okay.
And then I was working on a doctorate in education. But then that's when I had like a realization. So let me tell you what happened. That way you can kind of get it.
Mm-hmm.
I always knew that I wanted to write a book. Look, oh my God, it's like you. Look, I always knew. I can show you vision boards of where I got like I'm gonna be an author or whatever. And then I used to say, well, if people are gonna read my book, if it says Dr. Ramirez, you know, they're more likely to pick it up and think it's credible. Like they're gonna respect it because I got a doctorate. But after going through all the experiences I went through, I was like, man, if they don't want to read my book because it don't say doctor, well, it ain't for them. And then and I started to develop that mentality. And then that mentality made me focus on who I wanted to serve. See, like I'll be completely clear. I was writing the book for like the intellectuals, for the people that I thought had the power to change the system, like teachers, professors. Like I thought that I had to talk to them so I can tell them what's going on in our community so that we can make a change. Well, when I realized, hold up, I can make the change myself. I don't got to talk to nobody about it. I have all the skills. I have all the experiences. You know, I just got to package that in a way and then deliver it. And then that gave me the confidence to feel like I don't need a doctorate in order to like sell books or in order to like have an impact. Now, I do love to learn, you know, so that made it easy for me to keep going to school. But at that point, I was like, I'm ready to go my own way. Because imagine that by the time I was working on my doctorate, I was already in school forever. You could like imagine all the years that it took for me to get to there. So I think I was ready to start my life. You know, I was ready to like I was ready to
Dream my own dream.
begin building my dream as to what I want to see in the world. And then working on my doctorate was taking time away from me doing that. Because, you know, all the assignments and now granted, I would make them connect because my doctorate was in education. So, you know, I wanted to create an educational platform. So everything was connecting. However, it was taking time away from me focusing on the day-to-day to make sure I'm doing what I got to do.
Although I was.
Anyway, all that to say is that, so because I see that we have similar paths, I feel like I can like catch you up on all the things that happened to me where you could see it. I feel like I can let you see kind of like what happened to me and then you can see things more clearly. You know what I mean? Because and like right now you're in it, like you're in it, you know, like.
And I like the fact that I don't mean to interrupt you. I like the fact that like I am presenting service projects to students. I get to spend one-on-one time with them and be around them. And you know, like my boss engages that because they're not getting they're not getting falsely led. They're not getting, you know what I mean? Like my boss is making sure that they're not getting falsely led, that they're getting the attention that they need. You know what I mean? Because they're bringing students on, but they're bringing individuals on that's working a part of them. And when you align us all together, that's good companionship.
Definitely. And then for that reasons why I'm super interested in working with you on discussing program culture.
Program culture. Okay.
Yeah, and then that's at you can have that's at the core of everything. Like program culture addresses attendance. Program culture addresses behavior.
Addresses. I'm writing this down. Attendant.
Behavior. Program culture addresses like conflict resolution, like how people solve problems, you know, within the program and at home. Like basically what we're doing with this Youth Build Alumni United thing, like the story of self, Like that's me trying to build a program culture. Like I'm instead of just coming on here and just talking and like I'm saying, listen, we got the story itself, right? Like you got a story, I got a story. Let's share our story. Same thing with the young people. Listen, you got a story, I got a story. Like I'm documenting my story so that I can help the next one. And then there's gonna be some young people that are gonna be attracted by that, and there's others that are not, and that's cool. You know, because we're gonna catch them one at a time. Because that other young person that may not be attracted to telling their story, I never really liked telling my story for whatever reason. Like, I personally didn't want to like have to like tell. I rather focus on the solutions. Like I used to talk about racism, classism. Like I was trying to like say, yo, this is what's going on, guys. Like we got racists, we got classes. Like I'm trying to like wake people up was like my approach. I ain't got time to talk about my story. We all got a story, but we got this thing that's going on right now. That was kind of my, you know. And then that attracts a certain personality, you know. So it's like, but working as a team, we can attract all the personalities. And then what I really want to work with you on specifically, which is what I feel like I didn't accomplish, and what I feel that Youth Build is not accomplishing, is economic empowerment. And that's
Economic
empowerment, you know, and
economic empowerment should ultimately be the solution to poverty. Jay, if I can get some water, please. And when I say that YB isn't solving poverty, Youth Build's not solving poverty, I mean, it's taking people out of poverty. Like it's creating opportunities out of it. And that's cool. And that means that there'll be, you know, statistically less people in poverty as you take some out. And Youth Build's trying to, you know, affect policy so that laws can change, so that more services could be available to people living in poverty, and that's cool too. Now Youth Build is going through the political system to see these changes take place. I just want to do it through the private industry, and what I mean by that is like when you do it through the like a nonprofit setting, and when you're having to base a program off grant funding, there's a lot of instability that is in that program that makes it a little bit more challenging to do the best work, especially because so much time is focused on paperwork, and that's necessary so that, you know, the jobs could be measured. Now, great, but all I'm saying is what I want to do. I want to be able to, you know, end poverty by being able to impact the system, the economic system, through economic empowerment. And really these days, I'm not even trying to really end poverty for everybody. I want to end it for those that want it to end for themselves, regardless of race, religion, etc., etc. Like, yo, if you're trying to get out of poverty, then let's work. And by work, I mean like let's work. Like what you want, what are you willing to give in order to be a part of this bigger thing? Because ultimately, I'm here for a bigger move, for a movement, for a bigger purpose. Now, what are you willing to sacrifice to associate yourself with that bigger purpose? And you don't got to sacrifice nothing. You can just go do you. But I'm gonna do me over here with others that want to do kind of like what I want to do. So, and then that's who this is directed to. And then the question is, are we here about ending poverty? Yeah, for those that want it to be ended. You know, it's like I'm a genie. You got 3 wishes. Go ahead. Health, happiness, and what? You want to live in your purpose? Well, let's go.
And that's at the core. That's gonna economic empowerment will make your worst student a good student. Now, granted, some people might be like, well, you shouldn't just focus on money. I get it. You know, however, you know, money's real. People got bills. People are stressed over paying their bills. Like people break relationships because of bills, because of
people end their lives over money.
Because of money. So I want to be in a position to be able to like not just talk at young people, but put them in a position where they can earn money, where they can earn a living. And then when they have resources, it's much more easier for them to give back to their family. You know, like, because I don't know about you, but for me, like everything that I learn, I try to like teach my family, or I try to teach those around me. You know, so you can imagine young people that may try to do that in their homes, but then the people their family won't listen, because they're like, man, you a student, like come get out of here. You just talking, like when you come back when you somebody. Well, but we all are somebody, whether we have money or not. You know, however, if we had economic empowerment, we had resources, we could help our families a lot easier.
And not only that, like even now what we're doing, we end up building something about our stories or something like that. Like then I'll have access to being a part with you for my students, for opportunities for them to build up. Because at the end of the day, which all do make sense, money is involved. And when you get to, and what I mean by that is, it's not all about the money or nothing like that. But to get to the next level, sometimes it's required for that. Or sometimes you have to be
It's a big
in
deal.
a certain position to help someone. You know what I mean? Like right now, I can provide support. I can definitely do that. I can encourage, I can provide support. But in due time, I would like to be in a position to where I can help other students. You know what I'm saying? Like the position that, you know what I mean, where I can be able to make some.
Beyond yourself, you know, there's different levels to life. You know, if you could be surviving, you know, and surviving those that are like, you know, trying to meet their basic needs. You could be thriving. That means that like you're beyond your basic needs, and now you're trying to develop, you know, wholesome relationships with people that want to contribute beyond themselves, that want to have an impact on the community, that are willing to volunteer their time in effort to get a bigger vision accomplished.
Certain goals align with them, like, you know, and
I
do
wanna
certain
give
things
people
with them.
jobs. I want to give people jobs. That's like imagine you can be like, oh,
Not just jobs, it's like money, you know, money. Like, and then this comes with a task. So this is the job right here. This NFT, this NFTS, right? This is an NFTS that is a job. You know, in order to get this, you got to put in the time that it takes to earn it, and then now you can trade it. So this is time. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to help you save time. You give me your time, I give you time back. I'm here to give you more than what you give me. And that's how we gonna change the world. I'm gonna give you more than you give me. You know, this is like a 22 or 22. You know, I'll give you more.
oh, you ready? You hungry? Come work with me,
You hungry?
and then pay them.
Let's go.
You know, pay them a fair wage. And I think that's, and I'm not in that position at this moment, but that's what I've been working to get to that position. That's why, like, my family doesn't quite understand me. Like, some people think I kind of lost it because I haven't worked in like 3 years. I've been homeschooling. You know, but when I'm homeschooling, I'm focused on this platform, on a project, because ultimately we need our own.
Because you have so much knowledge, that's why everybody like, why you ain't, you know what I mean, with your degrees and stuff. That's why you got everybody flipping out like that, because they know that you could be somewhere doing that. But at the same time,
that ain't it. That ain't it.
You know what's best for you.
For the kind of impact that I want to have, I knew that I couldn't get stuck in what they call the rat race. Like, we're not going to solve the problems from where we're sitting at. Like someone got to make it out. And by make it out, I mean, someone needs to have resources to hire people. Like, and then it seems like I'm focusing a lot on resources, and I am, because resources at this moment in time.
That's what's going to help you and get you to the next level.
Yeah, like,
I got where I'm at because of resources. You know what I'm saying? I may have not had those resources. I may have gotten them through my counselor, my mentor, my boss. But it's all resources. You know what I'm saying? And then now it's resources that I'm getting from you to provide for my students. It's all based on resources. That's correct.
So then that's where I'm coming in. So as I talk to you about program culture and we build that out, the end goal would be to create something where young people feel like they belong to something bigger than them. That's at the core, because that's one of the main motivators that motivated me to join the Youth Build program.
You said create something where, I'm writing this down.
Create
something where what?
Where the young people feel like they are a part of something bigger than just themselves.
Kind of like a Black Hair Peace Party, youth government. You got the block party, you got the after party, you got the VIP party, and you got the nappy party.
Like, it's not just you. There's a community out there that we should care about. You know?
Create something where the young people feel like they're
part of something bigger than them.
Okay.
Yeah. And that's the idea, that, like, we're not just here for ourselves, you know? And then that's like part of building the program culture. Like, we're a team. You know, like, if you're in a Youth Build program, I would think that you should have a team mentality. Because I mean, we're all trying to get somewhere. Why not work together to get to that? Like, we're all trying to personally develop, whether it's personal development, leadership development, you know. So then,
living our dream space.
We're not doing it by ourselves. Like, we got teachers and mentors. Why not take advantage of the teachers and mentors, but then also contribute? You know, instead of just being a student that sits back and receives, we want to create something where everybody's contributing. You know, and then that's going to change the attitude of the young people. When the young people are seeing, hold up, I need to be contributing. So I can't come empty-handed. Like, forget about just coming with a good attitude. That's part of it. Showing up with a good attitude. But the next part is, what are you bringing to the table? You know,
Mhm.
like what are you bringing? And then we probably don't have no money, right? We can have a good attitude, but then we can also be reliable. Like maybe we can be like, yo, I'm here. You can count on me.
So you got a good attitude, you know, and then you got effort, and then beyond effort, you got the ability to anticipate. If you can anticipate, then now you're becoming valuable, super valuable. To the degree that you're able to anticipate bigger and bigger issues or problems or potential issues, you know, to that degree, you deserve to be compensated. And that's what influencers, leaders do. They influence people, you know, to make decisions according to what's in alignment with their life.
You know, I may not know how to do X, Y, Z, but you can count on me to show up, and I'm gonna do my best to learn, or I'm gonna do my part. And then that's what builds a team. And that's, well, let's go back to the meeting for tomorrow. Look, so in fact, what we're doing for the Youth Build alumni page is almost like a rough draft, or like it's almost like us doing what we're then going to help you do with your program. Like basically, in your program, you need to create a program culture. Right now, with the Youth Build alumni, we got to create a program culture, and then the culture says, you know, we are in it, we're a team, and we want to share each other's stories, and we're positive, and then that's all we're doing. And then right now it's me and you. Tomorrow it'll be more people, and then that's going to grow. When it comes to your program, in the beginning, you might have one person that buys in, and everybody else might be like, but just you and that one person. Once you build enough momentum, then everybody's going to start getting curious, you know, and then eventually people get on board. So that's why, like, even with this, I'm not concerned about the people per se, because they're going to come when they're ready. And one thing that I have realized is that not everybody has to be there in the beginning. And that's why I'm so grateful to have met you, because we have.
Me too. And I really appreciate you reaching out to me. Because it's helping me in a lot of, you are helping me in a lot of different ways, assisting me. So I'm very appreciative of that. And then the fact that, you know, my boss, you know, as far as my career and stuff, they're very happy for it. That really made my day. You know what I mean? She thinks that is a very good idea. So even though if we can't meet during the day, what I can do is I can, like, when we meet at night, I can align stuff to even work on too during the day, such as such as like I was thinking of maybe putting a Google Docs together and outlining and just kind of like outlining us some ideas of what I can talk about during the workshop. And then you can go over it professionally and show me kind of like, you know, we can put this first, But I wrote down, now these are just my notes now. Right. And this is just ideas for the workshop. But
so we're gonna end it at that. We'll continue that tomorrow. There's still another 30 minutes left, just about, look like 27 or whatever, 28. But I'm gonna have Jaden tune me out. And we'll pick up tomorrow. All right, so we had like 57:45. Go ahead.
Tune out. The Black Hair Party presents, has presented the Real Talk Show. We talk about friendship, love, and purpose. That was your host, JRX36, and we will see you next time. Take care now. Bye-bye.